Welcome to News You Can Use. I'm Carl Chappell, your host for this segment, and today's guest is Candice Cox. She is the director of A&A Inspirations. And Candice, welcome to the show.
Thank
you. If you would, can you tell us what A&A Inspirations really is? What is that?
Yes, A&A Inspirations is a private practice, and we provide individual, family, and group counseling to children and adults.
All right, can you expand a little bit on when you are providing those services? How exactly what are you doing? Is this just for bereavement or problems with home life, children mixed up with get caught in the middle of divorces so much, or or bereavement always seems to be a very important one right now, where that affects children in so many different ways, and you don't know how that's going to come out. So is there anything that you really do specialize between your counseling, either to adults and children?
Well, one of the good things about it is we have several different counselors for different areas.
Okay.
So myself personally, I focus on trauma. And so anyone who has been affected by trauma, whether it is war, whether it's community violence, whatever it may be, a sudden death that has happened, any type of traumatic experience, that's what I focus on. And then we have play therapists and also cognitive behavioral therapists. And so they focus on different things in regard to social skills, bereavement, whether it's family issues, ADHD, all of those different things. So having different counselors there allows me to be a one-stop shop, so we can kind of focus on everything.
That's good, because then it works in several different directions, whether it's children with special needs, as well as it is children that may have something going wrong in their life and they're acting out, and they really need to help to be able to come back and join themselves. And your current office is located where?
Well, we have two locations.
Okay.
And so our first location is located at 8790 Manchester in Brentwood. And our new location is at 11897 Benham, which is in the Bell Fountain Neighbors area.
Good. All right. Now, is your organization, are you a 501c3 nonprofit?
We have one. So we have A&A Inspirations, and then we have Chaos Inc. And so Chaos Inc., which stands for Keep Healing and Overcoming Struggles.
Okay.
It's spelled KHAOS. And that's our nonprofit. So we work together so that we can provide counseling as well as programs for the community.
And how does your programs actually work towards assisting people maybe to be able to afford your services?
We have three different ways. One, because we're licensed as clinical social workers and professional counselors, we are on insurance panels. So we take all insurance. We take Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare. And then, sometimes our clients don't have insurance. And if they don't, we work on a sliding scale fee. And if they can't afford anything, we have practicum students. So they are provisionally licensed, and they're working on their hours, and then those students are able to see clients for free.
That's great. So you make sure that no matter what the situation is,
we try.
Number one priority is the child and the service.
Yes.
And I'm assuming when you're talking about group as well, this goes everywhere, well, from adults all the way down to children.
Yes.
So there's no age bracket in there at all that pertains to anything in there that you can provide. How long has A&A Inspirations been providing these services?
Since November of 2012. Yes, so we're working on 5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm assuming after that, if you were able to open a new location, you're doing okay.
Yes.
You have clients coming in
yes.
and people trying to seek your services. That's great. Are you registered with any of the hospitals, as an example, that or doctors' agencies that may refer
yes.
To you?
Yes, we actually receive referrals from DePaul Hospital, from Centerpoint Hospital. We've received from St. Anthony's Medical Center, their Highland Behavioral Center, and we also receive referrals from schools as well within the community.
So you are real professional services.
Yes.
That's great. I mean, I know it's something that North County really needs because it always seems like anything that came in any form of services always started from Brentwood falling south. There
That's
just
true.
wasn't a lot enough of activity or available services in North County. We're glad that you are here.
Well, thank you.
Is your second office, the one in Bellefonte, is that currently open?
Yes, it is open. And we are actually starting in this month. We're getting ready to start launching our groups and everything.
Well, right here is our waiting room. So we keep this as our space where the parents wait for our children while they are receiving therapy. This is our children's room. This is our playroom / art room. In this area, I use play therapy to work with children and adolescents. We use art for the teenagers. We've got our kitchen area, books, puzzles, dolls, blocks. Kids love all the art supplies. The Education Center is a place where we will hold GED courses, tutoring, as well as computer classes. We have a gentleman who will be coming to provide coding for our younger adolescents and children and adults. Someone donated computers to us. So we have the setup for the whole area. This will be our Education Center. If we have any workshops, conferences, things of that nature, they'll be in this classroom.
Is there any particular program or services that you provided to children that you can elaborate on? You know, maybe a particular case, and you're not naming, you know, the child, whether it's male, female, or whatever, but just so that the viewers have a better idea of what would be included in those services or the type of help that you're able to assist them with.
Yes, we actually had one kid always sticks into my mind, and he was 10 years old, and he was in one of the elementary schools, and we were talking about the importance of making good decisions. What's the difference between a good decision, what's a poor decision, what happens for every action, there's a positive or negative reaction. And he was basically looking at his cousin as being this idol, and his cousin had gotten shot 9 times. And so he said, you know, my cousin got shot 9 times and he ate those bullets, and I want to be like him when I grow up. And so he had that mentality that, you know, nothing bad will ever happen to me, and this is the way that you're supposed to live life. And so he started our program that way. But at the end of the 12 weeks, he had an understanding that that was not the appropriate way to go. And just because that's what's going on in your environment, that doesn't mean that that has to be your life. So he went from chaos, which is CHAOS, can't help acting out severely, to chaos, keep healing and overcoming struggles. So that's what our program does. It helps you see things as they are and not the way you want them to be.
That's what definitely is what's really needed in today's society for these children, because it seems like as time goes on, the school systems really in some cases are just failing the kids itself, because there is too many different things going on in today's lifestyle than what appeared 20 years ago. And public education has not been able to keep up with those issues. So the programs and services that you can provide is more than needed. It's been needed for a long time.
I believe that. I do.
Yeah, and we really do have to commend you and your partners to be able to reach out and really face and take these issues head on, because our next generation is really headed for some troubles unless we can get to them now.
Yes. I thank you for that, because, you know, our whole mindset with our team is to meet people where they are to help them get to where they have to go. And we always say, we're not the experts, you are. You know, it doesn't matter if you're 3 or 103. You've lived your life. You know more about you than we will ever know. We just want to help you learn tools to help you help yourself.
Okay, can you tell us a little more about your team?
Yes.
You know, how many social workers do you have on the team? And you had already indicated that they all specialize in different fields.
Well, I'm a play therapist. I specialize in working with children and adolescents, but I also work with adults as well. I particularly prefer play therapy because children speak with their play. They use toys as their words, and that's how they express themselves. And I learn a lot from what a child is thinking by what they're saying, what they're playing with, and then we process how they experience things. So a lot of traumatic experiences they play out in their toys, with their toys in their play.
I am a chaos coach with the organization Chaos Inc. It's me doing groups with our partners with the elementary schools, middle schools. I do training alongside Candice and just help out in any way that is needed. We go to vending events to promote our organization and to also see what organizations we can be of more assistance with.
3 licensed either social workers or licensed professional counselors, and that's myself, Courtney Luster, and Alana Arms. And so I'm the only licensed clinical social worker. Alana and Courtney are, Courtney is a licensed professional counselor, and Alana is a licensed master social worker. And so that gives you, it's pretty much the same type of work, but we are coming from different perspectives. And Courtney does play therapy, and she's amazing at doing play therapy. And I am more of an experiential type of therapist. I believe that you got to get to moving and your body keeps score. And Alana does cognitive behavioral therapy. And so she is more, you know, let's focus on what's happening in the here and now, and let's come up with solutions on how we can move forward. We're all 3, we're able to do, you know, what we all do, and we can work together, but we each specialize in our own particular thing as well. So it's pretty cool.
This is Marlene. This is one of our chaos coaches.
Hello.
She's looking all snappy.
I know, right?
And then we have our practicum students who come from Lindenwood, Washington University, UMSL, and Webster. And they are all coming in either from a counselor or a social work background, and they have their own expertise as well. And so we even have a gentleman who works with the LGBTQ community. And that's something that's really big right now in regard to our transgender babies who have been kind of fearful of coming out, and or they have come out and they've been rejected in regard to their families because they don't really know what to do or how to understand them. So we are coming up with programs. So, you know, for every particular thing that we see, we're like, okay, if this is your area, let's work on it. So everyone works in their niche. So it's a group of experts who are able to be experts in their own fields and provide that to the community.
Well, one thing I'm saying is, wow.
Well, thank you.
Right? Yeah, and the second thing that goes with that is, why haven't we heard about you guys before?
I have no idea. I guess we have to get out there more. We've been in the zone. You know, our whole thing is we've been pushing this, like I said, since 2012. It started with just me. And in 2013, Courtney came along, and then last year, Alana came along, and we've just been building and building and building. You know, it's different. And everyone who ever works with us says, I've never met a therapist like you, or I've never met a therapist like, you know, you guys. I've never met a group like you. And it's because we are all different. And we all have had our own struggles. I say we're all chaos kids. You know, we've all learned how to keep healing and overcoming struggles. So we are reaching back to help the community do the exact same thing.
I mean, because what I'm seeing from hearing from you itself is, it seems like the thing that's going on today is Imagine New St. Louis. I don't know why you're not in the middle of it.
I'm trying. I swear I am. Like, I'm trying to get out there, like in the schools, and I'm working with St. Louis Public Schools right now. We've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club a couple of times, just pretty much trying to get our programs out there. And we're actually able to do trainings. We provide clock hours to teachers now. And so professional development, just trying to get out there and let teachers know that we can teach you the chaos mindset. We can teach you this model so that you can learn how to keep healing and overcoming struggles, but also teach your kids how to do the same thing, because it's important.
The biggest problem, I know, the major problem that I've always seen for a long time in the public school system is there's just too many dropouts. And with that dropout level in there, I think that the public school systems, regardless of what school district is at, needs people of your caliber and your expertise as counselors in those schools. So I commend you. We have to find a way to get your name and your program of A&A Inspirations out into the hands of these school districts, not only school districts but the boards. They need to know that you really exist. We just hear too much going on. In North County, as an example, you've had some serious issues have come up just off of Diamond Drive day after day for the last 48 to 72 hours. And if we're able to reach those children before they get to that point, it helps.
A lot.
It does nothing but help the whole community. It helps us all get back on the right track with life.
Yes. My thought process is that, you know, we're better together. And, you know, that's across the community, that's everywhere. But, you know, because trauma is basically embedded in our DNA because of, you know, everything that's happened here. You know, it's been horrible here, you know, since 2014, basically. It was bad before, but it's been really bad since 2014. And so, you know, we have to learn how to go back, and I always say if you don't deal with the issues of your past, they will become the failures of your future. So we have to go back and start dealing with the things that, you know, people didn't learn, or we have to unlearn the things that we thought were right so we can relearn new ways of doing things. And the best way to do that is to just jump in there and start working on those things and addressing those elephants in the room. And that's basically what we do. We address the elephants in the room, but in a nice, sweet way. I know some of you guys met Miss Tracy at the retreat, and she had something called Let It Go, Let It Flow. So let it go is something that you want to let go, something that you're not happy with. And then let it flow is something that you want to continue with. So we're going to do it a little bit different because I want to do it in regard to y'all team. You know, I call it Get Raw, where we realize, admit, and work through. So, you know, we get raw across the board, and it's okay for us to deal with those things, and we can let each other know, I'm hurting, you're hurting, but let's grow and heal together.
Yes, because when you really see what it is, there is no certain area that is, you know, that the core comes from. It's you find it in just about every single neighborhood and community throughout the St. Louis region, and that stretches into St. Charles County and Jefferson County as well. There's a lot of things that's been popping up there. Same thing. Or is there any other organizations that you know of or practices that are doing what you're doing in other areas?
I hear everyone says, whenever I talk to them, they're always like, no one is doing what you all are doing. They're doing similar things, but not exactly what you all are doing. And that's basically, I'm not sure why, but I look at it from a point of view where I looked at the Cradle to Prison pipeline and I started researching that. That's where it all came from. And so I looked at what were the issues that were creating the Cradle to Prison pipeline. Why were our kids behind by the time they reached 4th grade, you know, 8th grade, and then they were dropping out in high school? What were the factors that got them there? And a lot of it had to do with the home and the community. And so if you raise kids in a broken community with broken parents, you're going to have broken children. And those broken children are going to break the community, basically, as they get older. So instead of just trying to focus just on the kid or focus just on the parent, we want to focus on everybody. So that's the reason why we go into the schools. That's why we do in-home counseling if needed. That's the reason why we work with the parents and we work with the children. So we can holistically help everyone and we can start building a new foundation.
And you're building a new foundation within the home itself, so everyone's on the right page.
Yes.
Do you find a certain age bracket that seems to take more precedence over your services than others?
I would say our middle schoolers. It seems that maybe I would say 5th through 9th grade. So it would be the end of elementary, all of middle school, and then the middle, like the beginning of high school. That's where we see it. And we just started an early childhood program that we are trying to get them before they even get to school, teaching them like meditation, yoga, you know, anger management, learning about their feelings and things like that, social skills at the beginning, so we can see if we can try to bring that number down. And hopefully by the time you get to middle school, you already have those foundations and those principles, and you are using the chaos mindset already before you get there.
So you're definitely trying to rebuild the foundation for the children so that they know the differences between right and wrong.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of things that are wrong that quite honestly, they don't know they're wrong.
And that's true. And I say that all the time. I say we can't continue to hold our babies to unrealistic expectations. If they don't know it, they don't know it.
Yeah.
So they can't do what they don't know how to do. And so let's teach them. Instead of, I have a skill, it's called patient. And it's pause and think, inhale, exhale, now talk. And so when adults are dealing with children, I always say be patient. Pause and think about what's going on inside of you and around you. Inhale and exhale, center yourself, get yourself together first. And when you're ready, now talk to this child, because you have to take the time to see that this baby may not know. It may seem simple to you, but it's something they may not have been taught at home. And so they can't display a behavior that they don't know how to do. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, because if there's no guidance there whatsoever and they're based out on their own, they are only picking up on what they're living within.
And that's true. And they will be products of their environment.
Yeah.
No matter what they are going to be, whether it's positive or negative, they will be a product of their environment.
And as we can see more and more, is this is not does not affect any particular ethnicity. It affects everyone.
It affects us all.
Can you give us the addresses and phone numbers of both locations again, so that we can make sure that people know how to get a hold of you?
Our Brentwood location is 8790 Manchester, and that's Suite 205A. And then our North County location is 11897 Benham. And you can reach both of them at the same number, 314-898-6541. And it's basically, we're open for business, so come check us out.
Very good. Wish you all the best in the world, and trying to think of some way how I'm going to get in this thing and help you a little bit. Okay? Again, all right, thank you for joining us for this segment of News You Can Use. We hope to see you here next time.